Morning, class. We are going to be learning about the Nuremberg Laws today. To do with the Nuremberg Laws is, yes, Elizabeth? Did the Nuremberg Laws have something to do with the Holocaust, with Hitler? Yes, it did. Here is a printed copy of the document. It's not the real copy. The Nuremberg Laws document was an anti-Jewish statute enacted by Germany on September 15, 1935. It marked a major step in clarifying racial policy and removing Jewish influences from Aryan and pure German society. This document, issued against the Jews, prohibited everything from performing in a symphony orchestra to owning a pet cat. Julie?
They weren't allowed to have cats? That's cray!
Yes, Julie, they weren't allowed to have pretty much any of their belongings, actually. Here's a patch that the Jews wore on their clothing. They were ripped away from their families and all of their belongings, and they were either sent to ghettos like Lodz and etc., or they were sent to concentration camps where they were shaved, and they had to wear straight pajamas, which weren't really pajamas, around all day. They also had to do labor for the Germans. In September 1935, Hitler was ready for more restrictive laws, especially since many people had expressed their disappointment with the idea. So, he outlined new laws for the protection of German blood and honor. Law number 1 pretty much said marriages between Jews and citizens of German or kindred blood was forbidden. That means anyone of pure German or Aryan race was not at all allowed to marry a Jew. Sexual relations outside marriage between Jews and nationals of German or kindred blood is also forbidden. That is Law 2. What's your question, Bethany?
Well, I was wondering what they would do if, say, a German and a Jew had a kid together. Would they keep the child, or would they get rid of it?
Well, I'm not completely sure, but I would think that the child would not be considered impure, and it would be taken away with the rest of the Jews, as well as the Jewish parent. Law 3 is, Jews will not be permitted to employ female citizens or German or kindred blood under 45 years of age as domestic servants. Jews' stores were boycotted, and their jobs were all taken away. Doctors were fired and were sent to concentration camps where they would no longer heal people, but they would peel potatoes for little or no pay. Now I will show you a PowerPoint about the rest.
Jews weren't allowed in public places according to the Nuremberg Laws. A Jew who acts contrary to Section 1 will be punished with hard labor. A Jew who acts contrary to Section 2 will either be punished with hard labor or imprisoned. A Jew who acts contrary to Section 3 or Section 4 will be imprisoned or fined. German soldiers will issue the legal administrative regulations required for the enforcement and supplementing of this law. If you have 3 or 4 grandparents that were Jewish, you were considered Jewish, even if you did not go by the Jewish religion. Jews had separate public places. If Jews messed up their work, German soldiers would beat them. When taken away, if any Jews were sick or ill before entering the camps, they were gassed and burned. 10 men slept in one bunk in a barack, which is the places they had to sleep and was hard to keep warm. Woke up very early in the morning and were sent out in the cold while German soldiers counted the Jews. The Nuremberg Laws came before camps and ghettos.
In case you were wondering, the name Nuremberg comes from a city in southeastern Germany, site of Allied trials of Nazi war criminals. About 11 million people were murdered during the Holocaust.
It is estimated 6 million of them were Jews. Jews are forbidden to display the national flag colors.
However, they were permitted to display the Jewish colors.
Thanks for watching. Bye!